Hello everybody, this is Jerry Mateo with In the DAW, and in today's video we are going to be taking a quick look at one of the mcdsp 6060 Ultimate Module Collection's really powerful plugins that come with it, and that is going to be the Bob processor. So if I click on any of these modules and select more, we'll take a look at Bob. Now, Bob is a bass optimized biasing plugin. The way that it works is it essentially allows you to create a resonant peak right here by using the bias section, and this will bring up that resonant frequency, while selecting the frequency right here will allow you to select the frequency that you are going to be resonating. The squash control is going to control the dynamics of that resonant frequency so you don't get low end that's out of control, while the rate is the rate of which it stops squashing it. So it's basically a release knob. Now we have two different modes, A and B, and this is pretty cool because A and B sound completely different. Now, really quickly before we get started in the actual tutorial section, I want to show you what exactly Bob does. So I'm going to be switching to Plugin Doctor, and this is going to show us what Bob is actually doing. So we're going to select Bob right here, and as you see on the chart, it automatically is rolling off some frequencies. This will change depending on where you set the frequency selection knob, but you will notice that it does do a roll-off. Changing the mode will actually change how wide it is, and you'll notice how B is much wider and goes far beyond the set frequency. If we increase the bias, you're going to see the resonant peak, and selecting it to A makes a much bigger peak, while B is much smoother and a little bit less aggressive, but also has a little bit of a dip right after, kind of doing a Pultec style trick, preventing it from being muddy. Now, Plugin Doctor won't really show you what squash does, but squash essentially is going to be compressing the low end that's being boosted up so that dynamically it doesn't just get out of control. Now, the best way of showing you how this works is by actually showing you in an example. So what we have is a kick drum, and let's take a listen to it without any processing. Sounds okay. It sounds like a normal kick mic. No in and out. This is just an out mic. I believe it's a D6 from Audix. And what we're going to be doing is using Bob to increase the low end. So I'm going to go with B because B is a lot wider. And I'm going to select somewhere around 50 Hertz. Next, we're going to select the bias. And for this, we want to use our ears to hear how it sounds. You can really hear the resonant peak right there. Let's switch between the modes. So we're going to bring this up, and next we're going to use the squash control to control the dynamics. Something like that. Now if we bypass it, you're hearing that we have a lot more low end. We're also gaining volume, so what we can do is increase the squash while increasing the bias quite a bit and then bringing down the output. So let's check out our meters before. And we'll set an appropriate after gain match. Now, if we take squash completely out, we're going to get a lot more low end, and it's going to sound a lot cooler, but in the mix, it's going to be out of control. So what we want to do is just dial in a little bit of squash. And then after that, we can use something like the Pultec style EQ to really round out and dial in the sound. And then we can do something really simple like a compressor. and let's do a quick A/B. That's a pretty huge night and day difference. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you like this, because if this goes well, we may start doing a lot more videos on the 6060. There is a lot of stuff you can do, but there's way too many modules available for us to actually do a whole review on every single one individually. So we'll focus on key components that we really like, and you can see how we use it in an actual mix. In this case, we focused on Bob, but the PDQ and the over easy or DBX style compressor were a really big help on finalizing the tone. That's it for this video. This is Jerry Mateo within the DAW, and I will see you guys next time.